truth. Don't you want to know the truth? It's out there. I want to know the truth. I think I got a rough idea. I believe I have a rough idea. There's people out there who have the same belief. It's how I came to get the belief through other sources and added up my own conclusion. But I honestly think, okay, let's not say what I think. Let's say, what if this was the case? God gave us a free will on earth, and we lived okay. We done the right things. We followed the rules. Things that are made to be practiced, and when practiced, the result of the product is the result of the action. Meaning, if you don't follow rules, you won't get the benefit out of whatever it is you're doing. If you're going to make an egg sandwich and you don't follow the rules, you ain't going to get egg sandwich. So imagine if this was true. These videos are challenging, man. I'm going to try anyway. So, at the beginning, we followed our way, and we lost our way as time went on, and things were created by man. Once things were created, problems happened, because it's no longer nature and God, it's other things. I mean, you can have creations, good creations by man, for man, that are beneficial. For example, a chair and table. There's not much harm can come from a chair and table, unless some idiot decides to take one of the legs and beat you to death with it, or use to fall over and hit your head on it. One of them is an accident, one of them isn't. Accidents will happen and we can learn from them. But if this free will we have is kind of like a system, karma is part of free will. Your karma is basically what you put in is what you get out. So if you put in bad, you get back bad. If you put in good, you get back good. That's it, bottom line. And you gotta learn, but you can't learn if you don't know, because people are sinning, live a life. Let's say your name is Matthew Eek, and you're male. You live in Japan. You live your life, let's say, fairly good and fairly bad. There's going to be a time where those bad things will come back around. So whatever bad you've done to someone will happen to you. Maybe not the same thing, but equal. The pain will be equal. So if you don't know this, and you're going through souls, eventually people start saying, there's no God, or if there was a God, why is there so much badness in the world? But the reason for the badness is our own action. Our own action is bringing forth badness into our life. That's where it comes from. But the human race, some of them don't believe this, which is, to me, the stupidest thing. Because if we was to at least experiment with it, I mean, karma, you can see karma. It's not just a spiritual law, it's also a physical law. If I go around beating people up, I'd get a bad reputation. That's bad karma. People might not want to serve me in the shop. People might not want to speak to me. That's bad karma. So, but there's also a spiritual karma which you take with you until the day the world ends, when there's no more physical world. And then I suppose I don't believe in hell, so I'd imagine that part there is a bit too much comprehension for us. Too much that we can't comprehend about. Some of the stuff maybe we could know if we was to study like life and God and beyond life. But without studying it, we can only assume, and we've just divided minds discussing them on YouTube, and then you got like the 85% who have no clue or inkling about what really is going on. They just believe in what they see. We can't really get to no solid conclusion to what is right or wrong. Because I mean, eventually this world will die. This earth, the trees. I mean, the earth grows every day, every season. It's growing. We are growing, but we're growing older. They're growing and they're growing older, but their life is a lot stronger and longer than ours. But they can die. Trees can die. But trees seem to live a long time. Trees seem to live past human life. The turtles seem to live past human life, and things live on. But eventually this earth will die, and there'll be no earth. So all the souls, I think that's the real judgment. If you know, most things that can't be seen or can be figured out. Like Columbo wasn't at the crime of the scene, but he always seemed to figure out what happened. So most things can be figured out, and if the world is going to end and all the souls in the planet are not on Earth because there's no Earth, that must be the final judgment. That's when God must say, well, you no longer deserve a soul. You just vanished. There's no punishment because everything you done, 50% or more was learnt behaviour. You didn't know any better. I mean, let's say, for example, eating meat. Most children are taught by their parents, and their parents would give them meat to eat from an early age. And as far as I knew as a kid, anything from Sainsbury's was the right thing to get. Do you know what I mean? Because this world makes it look like they know what they're doing and they're professional, and they hold the law. Teachers, Sainsbury's, all these establishments, official people, official. That's what it is, official. You know, like a referee is official. You know what I mean? So all these official people who is like they're the ones who we follow. They're the ones we would say they are our gods in a way. We listen to them, and that's it. So grown up by parents, they fed you half of your problems, and then you learn more behavior through the outside world, because the outside world, we see things and then we do them. We don't. That's how it is. Monkey see, monkey do. So we see things and we do them, and that's learnt behavior. And then we get into the habit of either being good or being bad. So no one's really bad. It's just all learnt behavior. And that life you've had, Matthew Eek from Japan, he is a soul, and once he's lived this life, he will die at a certain age. He won't live forever physically as Matthew Eek. He may live up to 100 years old. and then he would pass this earth life and go to the afterlife, which has been proven. Many billions of millions of people have died and come back and told you their experience about the free beings, the free angels who know everything about you and review your life in front of a cinema. And there's other souls there who have their free souls, and whatever's on the cinema is your life. So if you're someone else, you see your life, and you see everything. You see what good you done and what bad you done. So going back to reincarnation, every time you go to the afterworld, you take a karma account, which decides on your next life what you're going to become. What you did in this life, let's say, for example, I want to use this as an example because it's someone I kind of like, but there's things about this person I know is very sinful and wrong. But I used to like him as a youngster when I was more of a sinner myself. And I'll mention his name. His name is Snoop Dogg, called Snoop Lion now. When I was younger, I used to be influenced by hip hop. That was my character. It molded my character. That was the character. See, Babylon, or the earth, gives you choices. There's so many divisions, you know what I mean? Different types of characters. You have like a hip hop character, you have a punk character, you have an intellect character, you have a nerd character, you have a jock or sport person character, and you can be one of these, or you could be an outcast, you know what I mean? So you choose one, and I choose hip hop, being honest. But people say, keeping it real, I'm real. You know, no one is real. There's nothing real on this earth. Everything is a performance. And I choose to be into hip hop. And I used to like Method Man and Redman, Busta Rhymes, Mobb Deep, Keith Murray, Organised Confusion, Pharoah Monch, Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg, I like Snoop Dogg because before he became multicultural, because he used to be mainly at the black audience, but when he was at the black audience, although he was gangster, he was a likable person, very likable person, you know what I mean? Like a good energy about him, good energy, you know what I mean? It's like, that goes a long way, good energy. That beats looks. I mean, you could be ugly, but if you got good energy, people won't see the ugliness. But yeah, Snoop Dogg, let's say if he's the example, yeah, he's gonna have some bad karma because he's kind of leading the black people astray in a way, because he's a role model. I'm not saying he's choose to be a role model, but he's in the limelight. That's an effect. So when he talks, kids will listen and imitate what they see subconsciously. I mean, the greatest of minds. I would say, I wouldn't say I was easily misled. You know, I think the head I've got is a good head, but there's some heads out there who are less or easier to influence. We all can be influenced. All can be influenced. Do you know what I mean? Influence is an everyday thing, easy thing to happen.